Good morning, class. This is your poem, The Trees. We have done till Glimpses of India. This poem, The Trees, is written by Andreen Rich. The poetess, she is an American poetess who usually writes more about feminism. So let's start your poem. First stanza. The trees inside are moving out into the forest that was empty all these days, where no bird could sit, no insect hide, no sun bury its feet in shadow. The forest that was empty all these nights will be full of trees by morning. In this stanza, the poetess says that the trees are moving out of the confines of the houses into the open forest. This is unrealistic as trees are immovable, and hence we realize that the poem has a symbolic meaning. We interpreted that trees refers to females who have healed themselves and are ready to move out of their homes into the forest to fulfill their primary purpose of filling the world with mankind. Further, she adds that the forest has been empty for the past many days, and so no birds can be seen as they do not have any dress to sit on. Insects can be seen as they do not have any shelter, and the sunlight cannot form any shadow. The forest of humanity had remained empty for many days but will soon be full and bright. Next stanza. All night the roots work to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda floor. The leaves strain towards the glass, small twigs stiff with exertion, long cramped boughs shuffling under the roof like newly discharged patients, half days moving to the clinic doors. So here the poetess explains the struggle done by the plant to reach the forest. She says that the roots work for the whole night to separate themselves from the veranda floor. The leaves try hard to reach the window of glass so that they could go outside. Even the small stems of the trees put much of their efforts in order to set themselves free. The big branches were also trying a lot to go out from the roof of the room. We can say that women are desperate for a change, and their efforts is compared to that made by a patient who has been who has been released from the hospitals, and he tried to move out in a hurry, although he is confused, maybe because they are half conscious and are under the influence of some medication. They are unsteady but in a hurry to leave the clinic. Next, I sit inside, doors open to the veranda, writing long letters in which I scarcely mention the departure of the forest from the house. The night is fresh, the whole moon shines in a sky still open. The smell of leaves and lichens still reaches like a voice into the room. In this stanza, the poetess says that she is sitting in her veranda writing long letters. She does not mention about the trees leaving her houses in her letter. She says that the night is very clear. She can see the complete moon which is shining. The smell of leaves and lichens is like a voice which is yelling and expressing a desire for freedom from the confines of the house. In the last stanza, my head is full of whispers which tomorrow will be silent. Listen, the glass is breaking. The trees are stumbling forward into the night. Winds rush to meet them. The moon is broken like a mirror. Its pieces flash now in the crown of the tallest oak. In this stanza, the poet's head is full of the slow sounds made by the trees which are desperate to move out. These sounds will not be heard the next day. The poet asks the reader to listen carefully as a change is about to take place. She hears the glass window breaking and the trees rumble out into the night. The wind is blowing outside, it meets the trees, the moon is like a mirror, and it appears to have been broken into pieces as the shadow of the oak tree divides the moon into many fragments. So that's all about this poem. Now let us discuss some poetic devices used here. So let's start from the first stanza. The trees in sight are moving out in the forest. So here number one poetic device is personification. Personification. Where it is used, see the lines. Sun bury its feet in, it means sun has been personified. Second poetic devices is enjambment. Enjambment, which means a sentence where no punctuation has been used. So continuation of a sentence to the next line without any punctuation is enjambment. So here, the forest that was empty all these nights will be full of trees by morning. Here enjambment is used. Another poetic device, literally device, is anaphora. Anaphora. Anaphora, repetition of words, that is no insect hide, no sunburn. So repetition of word is anaphora. Next, repetition of sound. In next stanza, all night the root works to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda floor. The leaves strain towards the glass, small twigs stiff with exertion, long cramped boughs shuffling under the roof, like newly discharged patients half dazzled, moving to the clinic doors. First poetic device is enjambment. Similarly, means continuation of sentence to the next line. So here, the leaves strain towards the glass. In the whole sentence actually, all night the root works to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda floor. No, this one. So here enjambment is used in this line. Second, the leaves strain towards the glass, small twigs stiff with exertion, long cramped boughs shuffling under the roof. So there is continuity in these lines. So enjambment is used here, like newly discharged patients, half dazzled, moving to the clinic doors. Till this line, enjambment is used. So next poetic device is simile. Comparison of a word to some other is simile. So here in this stanza, trees compared to patients. Trees are compared to patients, like newly discharged patients. So here simile is used. Simile is used here. Next poetic device is personification. personification has been used in twigs and boughs. Twigs and boughs has been personified. In second last stanza, I sit inside, doors open to veranda, writing long letters in which I scarcely mention the departure of the forest from the house. The night is fresh, the whole moon shines in the sky, still open. The smell of leaves and lichens still reaches like a voice into the room. Again, enjambment is used here. Alliteration is used here. Enjambment in which line? See, continuation of sentence like door opens. Here here is enjambment. Then here in this line, enjambment has been used. Second is alliteration is also used. Alliteration is like long letter forest from stay still. Long letters forest from sky still. So L L F F S S. So here alliteration is used. Next, imaginary. The poet has tried to create a scene in which she is observing all the things happening. The night is fresh into the rooms, so like that. Last stanza, my head is full of whispers which tomorrow will be silent. Listen, the glass is breaking, the trees are stumbling forward into the night, winds rush to meet them, the moon is broken like a mirror, its pieces flash now in the crown of the tallest oak. So no enjambment has been used here. No, in the fourth line, the trees are stumbling forward into the night. So enjambment is used. And next devices, poetic devices, simile. The moon is compared to a mirror. So moon is broken like a mirror means moon is directly compared to a mirror. So simile is used. So that's all about this poem, The Trees. Thank you, class.